just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Tulane Green Wave offense takes the field, and they'll have the ball first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Wide receiver going in motion. Pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What a great way to start this game, and one of the reasons this defense has been one of the most dominant units all season long, they can get pressure on the quarterback with guys like that. They've got better athletes than you've got up front, and you saw it early in this game today.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down.
Come on, offense! Don't let him get you!
Has to go on top. And here's a fumble way behind the line. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
What's that?
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble for the bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, and this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
That's something you simply don't see very often, guys. On the first 3 plays of the game, sack, sack, sack. This defense is loaded with talent and speed and the ability to win, and I'd be surprised if this offense even tries to throw the ball. first quarter after that start.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The LSU Tigers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
Man, I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players in the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
Move the sticks for a first down. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
LSU will get a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. To the ground. He's got it again. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
From the gun, running back on the move. They get him stopped with those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Quarterback may change this route. Back's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Tight end now in motion. The give to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Tulane comes to the line, lots of work to do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. They get him up rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Finds space wide. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box.
And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
Tulane now facing 3rd and forever. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. The lone back's got it. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Unloads it downfield. He's got it. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looking to pass. It's Graves. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Looking for a clean run. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They came out and jumped on them Looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Just big tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable.
And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
How about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
They'll ride the hot hand. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. The Green Wave lines up mere inches away from converting on third down. They'll try to run for it. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. They've got it going. Now they're going to throw it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep doing incompletions this early.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Green Wave lining up, facing third and long. They'll go to the air. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And here comes the field goal unit. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you updated on a fascinating battle going down in the Pac-12. Stanford has the lead right now, but there's no John Elway on this team, and that's why we have a tight one there on the farm. They're up by 11 over Utah State. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Making side adjustments here. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. To the air. It's Graves. Here's the pressure. Makes the catch at the 15. Touchdown LSU. And they take it in for 6 more points.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point is good. They're coming out to to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. Wants to go up to the field. Gonna let it fly. Working that left side. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They'll go to the ground.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard games just because of the body blow effect.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You're embarrassing us.
Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Puts it out of the air. He will not quite get there despite the fact that he emptied every move in his bag to try to pick up that first down. It's 4th and inches. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call.
Got it.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going.
Let's go offense.
Here's the handoff. Going up for the He broke away from the defense, and then he couldn't catch it. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
LSU quick to the line. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Force it back, boys. Force it back.
Quick release on the RPO. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Trying to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After getting nothing done on 1st down, down, 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half.
Attack offense!
Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Makes the grab. It's awesome. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice line connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start.
That one right, ref.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense changing the play.
Defense can't stop you. No way. Your team rocking up in the end zone, fellas.
Back to pass. It's great.
Down.
Throws to the tight end. Out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for me.
Lost a throw on first down. Fires to the wide end. A strike downfield. Just about forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 22. Looking to throw on first down. Outside the pocket, let's go. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tigers.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too. Get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Powers in the studio.
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. Iowa looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Hawkeyes. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Heck of a showing. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
Step ball.
Smith.
drive. So I think you can build on this now, increase the tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Tulane to the line, facing second and short.
Let's make some good plays today. Take it to him.
Looking to fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Forced to send out the punt unit. Lowers that shoulder and delivers the blow.
And you know teams are going to be watching this film, and they're going to be saying to themselves, we are directional punting, and we are kicking the thing out of bounds. This guy has way too much speed, and he can change the game.
Dropping back, it's Graves. Looking to the big tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Quickly to the tight end. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. The chains will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half.
Take it all the way!
To the air, it's Graves. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal. About to start here in the second half, Tulane will kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Quarterback making check. Off-play action on first down. Here comes the heat.
Man, I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
To the air on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. They bring him down now before he's able to pick up the first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
He'll try the right side. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Give to the running back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about.
Holding. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up.
Military stunt.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Looking to throw on first down. Just a little off. Incomplete.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and he's shuffling and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And down he goes back at the 3.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think we got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success.
Sideline for the huge game.
This defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
It's complete to the right. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting him tackled to the ground.
They're going to run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This defense didn't hang its head. They've stood tall after the big play. 3rd and goal coming.
Can't stop us, though! Can't stop us! Boys. Keep it rolling!
Might be calling a hot route. Off play action. Right in the window for the score. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10.
Do it now!
Use the play fake, now the throw. There's a hit. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground with the single down. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Right back to the well. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored. Their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
To the air on 2nd down. Finds his tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
3rd down coming up after the completion. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Coverage team does a good job, touches it dead, no return on this one.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Graves. Up front to the back on the screen. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Unloads to the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll play. It's going to go to the right side. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The head coach's heart just skipped a beat. Looks like they were going in for the easy touchdown. When he puts it on the ground, everything's going bad. But Johnny on the spot, somebody was paying attention, David, is able to hop on that ball for a touchdown.
And that's why you always keep competing. Coaches are going to harp on that all the time. Finish the play. You're never out of it. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's a perfect example. Ball gets on the ground. Offensive player now says, oh, crud, I got to jump on it. Jumps on the football and gets a touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense headed back onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
Keep running!
Hides the back and leaves it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Couldn't find a man, just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Forced to send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll send the back in motion. They'll try to get outside. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line. They pick up a 6.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Now the play fake. Throws to the wide out. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. He might want another play. They'll toss it to the left. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. And that comfortable lead they enjoy right now is not slowing down the aggression, not one bit.
Well, I think at this point the coaching staff is just trying to continue evaluating their own players, and I don't hate the mindset. If there's time on the clock, keep trying to score.
He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, and complementary football.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Kentucky needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Lexington behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just... Field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Ole Miss. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big happens. You should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll crank up this drive. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, you look at Webster's dictionary and the term game wrecker, a picture of this guy is going to show up. He has been unstoppable in this football game. That's his second sack here today.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Gets it out fast. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sideline. You got to take a first down. You got to keep this thing.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
What is this?
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. That's where they'll mark it down, and the next snap will come from just inside the 30-yard line.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field. And hey, even cause a turnover, that's just great.
Looking downfield for the first down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
You cool with that now?
Holding. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up.
It's not like we can freeze the defense. We gotta make a play. Let's make some good calls, offense.
Wants to go up top. Finds his man. It's Watkins. Breaks into the
been a playmaker. This guy... They feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because Palmer, he always makes plays.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about single cover, double cover, triple cover. You're still throwing him the ball because he's going to find a way to make it happen. 40 TD catches. That is awesome.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week.
Keep it going on.
Wants to throw on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
To the tight end. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. Tulane lines up on third and short.
Keep those sticks moving.
From the gun, the pass. One rolls to the left. Takes the grab. It's awesome. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of more.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Back has it. Quarterback now breaking the field. He's going to take off. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field of play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think that you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
They'll go up top on second and short. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. The Tigers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Back to throw, it's Green. Fires to the right. Here's the catch. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much
going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the fourth quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
Keep it up! Keep it up!
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Looking to throw on first down. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The analytics nerds say the goal is at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
The Green Wave in a world of hurt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Pass the first down marker and still running. He's loose. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. Guys, this one's going to go down as a nice win against a ranked opponent, and we didn't get the upset that many had thought we might.
No, they proved to the entire country watching this game that they are indeed the superior team. Offensively, defensively, running, throwing, whatever it is they wanted to get accomplished today in all 3 phases, David, they were better.
Yeah, and listen, at this point, I don't really care about the beauty contest. Like, your goal is to survive and advance. You played a really, really good opponent. You took care of business and continue to stay above them in the rankings, which is the only thing that matters at this point in the season.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting getting past the sticks. This defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
The Green Wave with plenty of options here on second and short. Rushes on him. And he's home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Trying the left side. Oh, he's got some space. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
Inside the 25. They'll make the stop, but that first down eyes it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
They go to the ground, and he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting into the ground.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game. Possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point.